let's set the camera real quick here. I can talk about this a bit. Take off the. Okay, so the thing with my car is I don't have the what you call it president line. In the president line you have memory seats even in the back, and you have a little refrigerator in the back, and which is right in the middle here. I only have a reach through where you can put something like a mini snowboard, some skis or for skiing or whatever. I only have I have like I think I have a individual package in this car, because I have no moonroof, so I have nothing, I have nothing. But right here there's no glass roof. Also, but what I have on this car is I have the navigation screen, and I have I think the navigation package. I have the Mark Levinson sound system. I have heated and cooled seats. I have controllable air suspension height. I have of course I think you can see it look in the back. I have this weird sunshade that drives itself up. I have a lot of options, but I also don't, because I would have liked to have like the president line, or the not the president line, the ultra luxury line, because in the ultra luxury line you have like not only heated, those back seats are heated, but in the ultra luxury package they're also cooled and ventilated. And you also have in the ultra luxury package you have some radio control, some massage seats in the back, which I don't, but that's alright. In the beginning when buying a car you think of, or I personally thought of everything I don't have in this car, but the more I have it, the more I start to enjoy what I have, and that's probably the smartest thing to do. Look at what you have and don't look at what you don't have, because what you don't have will never end. There are so many things, even if I had the ultra luxury line, for example, let's say I have it, then I would probably think, okay, it's nice, but what about the Mercedes VW221, the S-Class, from I think 2006 or to 2012 they built this. Why don't I have this? I think this is probably better. I should sell this car. And so and then you have the S-Class, and then you think, the S-Class is nice, but I think I want something more. I want an old Bentley, and for like more presence on the road, I want something more special. And then you go from this to this to this, and that's probably never ending. So yeah, that's the problem with looking for something better and better in materialism. Trying to get happy with materialism is a never-ending thing, because there's always something better, and that's probably a problem that a lot of millionaires encounter too. When you want something for yourself, when you want something just for other people to look at and think, oh, that's pretty nice what he has, there will always be people probably that have something better. So that's not a good way to make yourself happy with materialistic things, probably. I also have a Lexus LS, and I don't know exactly. I bought it because I liked Lexus and I wanted a luxury car, but afterwards I think, okay, probably I bought it a bit for not only for myself but also for other people to think like, oh, here's a cool car. Okay, that's the truth. But the more I have it, the more I start to enjoy the car actually for what it is, and for what it is and for what it's not. No, that doesn't make sense. But the more I have it, the more I enjoy it, and the more I don't look at. At the beginning, I always thought like, oh man, I don't have a sunroof, I don't have the ultra luxury line, I don't have this, I don't have that. And the more you think of that, then less you start, the more you start to get mad and unhappy. So yeah, that's an endless dumb circle. Okay, so yeah, that's about this car. It's really nice. If you're looking, okay, let's say you are thinking of buying this car. Should you buy one? From what I've heard in the internet, there's like the channel, the Car Care Nut. That's his channel. He reviews a lot of these cars, and he always said that those are probably one of the best cars, since the engine in this car is probably one of the most reliable on the world. I don't think he rated this engine recently, or just a few days ago in the video, as the most reliable engine, the most reliable engine from Toyota and Lexus. So probably it's the most reliable in the world, since Toyota and Lexus, especially Toyota and Lexus, are probably the most reliable car brands in the world. Okay, they also have cars that are not so reliable, as every brand has, but most of the cars from Toyota and Lexus are pretty good. And so if you're looking for a car which is really silent, really comfortable, is something like more special, it's not your average car you see everywhere. If you want to have space, if you want to have a little bit of style, if you want to have a little bit of originality, you can all have this. But the fuel consumption, if you want to have, one good thing about one thing that's also pretty good about this car is that you have a V8, and you probably buy this car because of the V8. Don't buy this car for loud V8 sounds. Don't do it when you live in Germany, because in Germany you can't just change your exhaust to straight. You can't just straight pipe your car for it to sound better. You're in Germany. If you do that and you get in a crash, you will have huge problems. The V8 is really quiet in this car, which is nice, but sometimes I feel like I'm driving an electric car with huge fuel consumption. But it's still a V8, and it's extremely smooth. It's I think 6.2 seconds to 100 km/h or 60 miles per hour, which is really fast for such a heavy car. I think it's 2 tons, 5 meters long. Okay, is there something more to tell you? Okay, so those are a few points. Okay, sorry, I'm a bit chaotic, but that's just my mind sometimes. So those are the good. So okay, let's do it again. Why should you buy this car? Why shouldn't you buy this car? What speaks against this car? Okay, this car has the fuel consumption for a V8 is good, but it's still a V8, so the fuel consumption is pretty high. You can drive it with what's that? Weird sound. Okay, oh no, let's start it again. It's probably just the. Okay, why shouldn't you buy this car? It's a V8. I mean, for one side, it's pretty. For a V8, it's pretty cheap to drive. You don't have a lot of fuel consumption. It only takes like 10 liters when you drive like 130 or 40 km/h, which is pretty good for a V8. But when you drive in a town and have a lot of start and stop, and then it's like there's a lot of fuel consumption. So don't buy this car when you want like really low fuel consumption. Probably go for a Honda Accord or a Toyota Corolla, or if you want something reliable and alright looking and cheap, go for a Toyota Celica or Celicia, or I don't know how it's called exactly, but yeah, but You know, okay, again, reasons for you not to buy this car are when the air suspension, when you have the model with an air suspension, when the air suspension breaks, it's really expensive, and they will break. I am lucky. I bought the car where the owner recently bought a new air suspension for the back. It's from 2022, and from the front it's from 2018, so it's pretty new and it shouldn't make any problems in the next few years, hopefully. So the air suspension can break, the soft close can break, the timing belt you have to replace, and when you have to replace the timing belt on this car every 100,000 miles or every 10 years, I think, or every 90,000 miles or 10 years, it's going to cost you a lot of money. I think around 2,000 euros. The timing belt exchange on the highest. As I have to drink something, but I have no water here. Excuse me for my bad voice right now, but you have to change the timing belt every now and then, and when you have to change it, it's really expensive. Yeah, as in every car, but it's a Lexus, and when you go to a Lexus dealership and tell them, oh, I want to have a timing belt change, how much is it? Is it not like $300? No. Or 700? It's probably like 1,200 to 1,000 or 2,000 euros. I think that's from what I've heard. Okay, don't take me by my word, but it's really expensive. The mirrors on this car, I think $1,000 when you break them. When my mirrors would probably break, I would just replace them with some aftermarket mirrors which look the same, but not the same quality. Because I don't want to spend $1,000 on mirrors. When you're lucky, you can look on eBay and maybe find some cheap ones, some used ones, but you have to be lucky. Yeah. The sound system is a problem. It really is, because on most of these cars, the sound system sounds great, but it breaks. The amplifier on the back breaks really often, from what I've heard. And in my car, the sound system also has problems, and I don't exactly know if it's the amplifier or it's just my battery being bad, or I can't figure it out really. Probably I just have to buy a new battery, and hopefully then all those slow starting problems and the sound system not working problems are gone away. But yeah, other from that, the car is great. The car really is great. It's so quiet, which is nice, but if you want to drive a movie 8 for sound, it's not nice because it's pretty boring. But yeah, it's a nice cruiser for high speed. I mean, if you just want to drive around 180 or 200 km/h, it's really nice and quiet and stable. But I personally wouldn't go any faster than 240. And with 240, I don't know, I kind of get scared. Even though probably you have to get used to driving fast. But still, 240, and even though we're on the Autobahn, and the Autobahn in Germany is pretty good, when you drive 240 km/h and there's like a little bump or a tire breaks, with any car, you're fucked. So don't drive too fast. Because you don't want to waste your life, your precious life. And yeah, that's probably the end of this review, because there's nothing really to tell you anymore. I personally am glad that I bought the car because it's really nice. But you have to be able to afford it. You have to be able to buy new tires, new brakes. You have to be able to afford a new air suspension when it breaks. You have to be able to afford a timing belt change. You have to be able to afford door locks when you have soft close like I have, which most of the Ls430s have. Only if you buy like a sport edition. I think when you buy like a sport edition of this car, you don't have air suspension, you don't have soft close, and you don't have these things that break and are expensive to fix. And from what I've heard, the air suspension and the normal suspension on this car drives literally exactly the same. So probably you should go for a car with the sport suspension. And also when you buy one, try to buy this car in the facelift model. The facelift model is from 2004. but buy the 2005 version. At least that's what the professional mechanic channel on YouTube says. He says buy from 2005 because probably they fixed most of the problems that this car have and made it even better than it already is. So if you want a luxury car which is fast, which is original, which is quiet, which has a really nice interior, and the exteriors, I like it, but most of the people probably would say, bruh, it looks like a bit like a Minecraft car, and from the front it looks like a fish. Doesn't really look like this, but if you really want to go hard on this car, it looks a bit blocky, and from the front it looks a bit weird, but the longer I have it, the more I start to accept it and I enjoy it. Yeah, that's it. Anything more to say? No, nothing more. I hope you enjoyed my little chaotic review, but if you have any questions to this car, just write it in the comments, and since I don't have a lot of subscribers or viewers, I can probably answer all the comments. And yeah, have a nice day and see you in the next little video. Okay guys, see ya. Ciao.